On March 18, 1871, the streets of Paris erupted. Workers, artists, and soldiers, weary of war and social injustice, rose up to seize control of their city. This was the birth of the Paris Commune. For 72 days, the city became a laboratory for radical social change, a beacon of hope for revolutionaries worldwide. It was a brief, shining moment of possibility, brutally crushed by the French government. The Commune's legacy continues to resonate today, inspiring those who dream of a world free from oppression and exploitation. The Franco-Prussian War of 1870–71 was a disaster for France. The Prussian army inflicted a series of humiliating defeats on the French forces. Paris, under siege by the Prussians, endured months of hardship and deprivation. The city's working class, already struggling with poverty and inequality, bore the brunt of the suffering. Food shortages were rampant, and the bitter winter of 1870–71 only exacerbated the misery. The French government seemed powerless to alleviate the suffering of its people. The fall of Emperor Napoleon III and the establishment of the Third Republic did little to quell the unrest in Paris. The new government, eager to make peace with Prussia, seemed more interested in restoring order than addressing the needs of the people. Resentment towards the government grew, fueled by the perception that the wealthy and privileged had escaped the worst of the war's hardships. The seeds of revolution had been sown. On March 18, 1871, the people of Paris rose up. An attempt by the government to seize cannons from National Guard units stationed on the heights of Montmartre backfired spectacularly. The soldiers refused to fire on the citizens who had gathered to protect the cannons, and instead turned their weapons against the government troops. Paris was in the hands of the people. The Commune, a council of elected representatives from the city's various neighborhoods, was formed to govern Paris. It was a remarkably diverse body, composed of workers, intellectuals, artists, and activists from across the political spectrum. United by their commitment to social justice and popular sovereignty, they embarked on a radical experiment in self-governance. The Commune implemented a series of sweeping reforms seeking to create a more just and egalitarian society. The standing army was abolished and replaced with a citizens' militia. Workers were granted control of factories abandoned by their owners. Church and state were separated, and education was made free and secular. The Commune, though short-lived, offered a glimpse of a radically different way of organizing society. Section 4, The Bloody Week, Crushing the Dream. The Paris Commune's experiment in radical democracy was not to last. The French government, having signed a humiliating peace treaty with Prussia, was determined to crush the rebellion in Paris and reassert its authority. On May 21, 1871, government troops launched an assault on the city. What followed was a week of unimaginable brutality, known as the Bloody Week. The Communards, outnumbered and outgunned, fought tenaciously, building barricades in the narrow streets of Paris and engaging in fierce street fighting. But they were no match for the government's superior firepower and ruthless determination. The government troops, driven by a thirst for revenge and fueled by class hatred, showed no mercy. Communards were summarily executed, often without trial. Men, women, and children were massacred in the streets. By the end of the week, an estimated 20,000 Parisians lay dead. The Commune's defeat was a stark reminder of the brutality of state power and the challenges faced by those who dare to challenge the existing order. Section 5. Echoes of the Commune. A legacy forged in blood. The Paris Commune, though brutally suppressed, had a profound and lasting impact. The Commune's legacy would resonate far beyond the borders of France, inspiring revolutionaries and reformers around the world. Karl Marx saw in the Commune the potential for a new form of government, one based on the principles of popular sovereignty and workers' control. He hailed the Commune as the first example of the dictatorship of the proletariat, a concept central to Marxist theory. The Commune's emphasis on direct democracy, workers' control of the means of production, and radical social reforms would influence generations of revolutionaries. The Commune's example demonstrated that ordinary people could seize control of their destinies and create a more just and equitable society. It was a moment of both great hope and terrible tragedy. The Commune's story reminds us that the struggle for social justice is often long and difficult, but it also offers a powerful reminder that another world is possible. Section 6. Forgotten Revolution, Enduring Significance. The Paris Commune, despite its significance, remains a relatively obscure event in history, often overshadowed by other revolutions. Its relatively short duration and ultimate defeat have contributed to its neglect. However, understanding the Commune, its ideals, and its brutal suppression is crucial to understanding the trajectory of social movements and revolutionary thought. The Commune's emphasis on direct democracy, its radical social reforms, and its challenge to traditional power structures continue to resonate in the 21st century. From the Occupy Wall Street movement to the Arab Spring uprisings, echoes of the Commune can be seen in contemporary struggles for social justice and democratic participation. The Commune's story serves as a reminder that the pursuit of social justice often comes at a cost. The brutal repression faced by the Communards highlights the risks associated with challenging the status quo. Yet, their courage and commitment to their ideals continue to inspire. The spirit of the Commune, though extinguished in the blood of Paris, continues to flicker, reminding us that another world is possible. If you found this exploration of the Paris Commune insightful, please like and subscribe to History Untold for more deep dives into pivotal moments in history.